Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the speeches. Therefore, without further ado, please give it up for the father of the bride.
My introductory music then. It's going to be Ringo starting and losing the hair. Also, just to clear up a few things, I thought Hayley was going to marry Steve. Who's this Stevie guy? Anyway, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for being here today to help Hayley and Stevie celebrate the wedding day. I know a lot of you have come here far and wide, so it's much appreciated that you've come today. I'm especially glad to see Hayley's Nana Rose here today. As last year she was too poorly to attend Carl and Natalie's wedding. It's good to see her. I said when Carl... Good job, it's a brother, isn't it? When Hayley and Steve announced that they were getting married in a barn, it somewhat conjured up images of a cross between a nativity play and a hoedown. I was expecting people to be on bales of hay or something like that, with the odd sheep and cow looking in on proceedings. But having been to St. Paul's, I've been nothing but impressed with the location, the venue, the building, and especially the food that was superb tonight. I think Hayley, as a young girl, probably was similar to other girls, where they always dreamed of being a princess at some stage or other. And it came to being when she was a bridesmaid for the very first time, when she was about 7 or 8, from a cousin Ian, who was also a godfather. And you know, she wanted to be all dressed up. She had a hair in a French plait, I think makeup for the first time, and she wore this most beautiful peach dress. And I'd have to say that's the most beautiful I've ever seen her, until today, that is. Unfortunately, we hardly ever saw her at the reception because there was a wall with a full-length mirror, and she proceeded to just waltz up and down there, admiring herself in the mirror all night long. Also, she went on for the next week. We couldn't get it off her back. So, Steve, beware on your honeymoon in Italy next week. It would be embarrassing. And I first met Steve on a Christmas day after they'd been going out for a couple of months. And it was at my sister's house, so he got introduced to, or he got dropped in at the deep end with the full family being around. But within an hour or so of being there, Hayley and Steve were bickering like an old married couple then anyway. And I thought, aye, could this be Mr. Right at last? Unfortunately, Hayley had just got a job teaching down in London. So they spent the first quite a few months as long-distance lovers, so to speak. But I'm sure it's held them in good stead, to be here today anyway, and for the future. Having got to know Steve over the years, I say this from a good place, but he's the most untidy bugger I've ever met. I nearly broke my ankle or even my neck going to doing some do-it-yourself at their house. anything for you, and most importantly, I'm sure he'll do anything for Hayley, which is the important thing. Also, with wheeling and dealing, he always seems to be buying a car or a truck or table on the internet or something like that. And I think Hayley's about the only thing he didn't find on eBay. Also, I think I've never known anybody to go to so many stag weekends and do's and have his life away on these things. So I'm sure he's going for the Guinness Book of Records. Anyway, without further ado, please be upstanding for the bride and groom. To Hayley and Steve, health, wealth and happiness. Now we can enjoy taking out, so I'll pass it on. Alright, well, thanks Keith for those kind and not so kind words. Welcome everyone to Cheshire. We're very glad so many of you could be with us today. My wife and I. I've been looking forward to today for quite a while. Both Hayley and I grew up sort of 10 miles from here. There's set of people in Cheshire, you're Cheshire born, Cheshire bred, you're strong in arm and weak in head. And for those people, from sort of London and further far distances, Cheshire's famous for its cheese, cats, horses, salt, silk and volatile chemicals. I'll pick those up on your way home. After looking around to a lot of wedding venues and disagreeing over office tiles on the roof and rooms that were too narrow, we both came here and we both decided separately this is where we want to get married. And what clinched it for me, what you'll see later, is we were actually married on a dance floor. Obviously, very exciting day. Everyone's been looking forward to it a long time. That's right. First day of the Premiership season. I obviously told people at work I was getting married. There was no one from work here at the moment, so I can actually, tell people that I've spent the last 3 weeks at work planning the wedding, getting various emails from Hayley, etc., etc. But I did ask for some advice from people at work, and all the women, though clearly upset, offered congratulations, whereas the married men sort of offered something slightly different. Take my wife. No, please, take my wife. Marriage has 3 rings to it: engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering. Don't believe married men live longer than single men. It only seems longer. Obviously, it's not been too difficult organising it, as Hayley's a teacher and she's got a window in August. So. And I would like to say how beautiful she looks today. I get quite shocked when I turn around today and I saw her there, because I'm used to seeing her all in teacher clothes.
Really?
Too much information.
But it has to be said, when we're out in the garden and she's covered in mud, she still looks beautiful anyway. Hayley has mentioned to me she's quite concerned about this. She will need a hand getting out of her dress. It doesn't matter how I convince her, but I've told her there's no problem with that. I've got bolt cutters in the Mercedes. Not an issue. I think we'll manage it. This is probably the first wedding speech I've not actually written on the day, so I can only apologise for it not being so quite up to date and great as my normal wedding speeches are. I can see most of you have been on the line quite a bit anyway, so don't have to worry about that. After Hayley been away on a hen do, I realised that I found out something about her which I hadn't seen this side of her at all. Apparently, on lots of nights out, she used to regularly carry a bottle of vodka in her hand. And quite a lot of the time, most nights did involve her talking to God on the big white telephone. Hayley, the name Hayley is actually sort of derived from hay meadow. I don't know what it is. But it also has a loose link to Helia, which is an Old Norse word for hero. Now, I don't want to suggest that taking me as a husband, that has any sort of bearing on that, but I think she is really, and I think a lot of people would say that as well, to be fair. Hayley's obviously, we've been living together quite a while now, and when Hayley first moved in, occasionally I did actually look in the cupboards and think, oh my God, there's a war on, I've not realised, rationing's come back. Because I look in the cupboards and all I see is corned beef, spam, chili con carne in a can. I try and tell her that you can't get proper meats, in tins. But she doesn't listen. Right, obviously today you might have realised she did make me wait about 25 minutes. Not unlike the first date, to be fair, which we've got 25 minutes down there. Yeah? Remember? And obviously after the first date she was that impressed. 10 days later she got a job down in London. She made a really great impression. So I told Hayley after 5 weeks that I was going to marry her, and to be fair to her, she hid her sheer terror at the time very well. And I thought I should have popped the question a lot earlier, but she did later tell me because she was quite scared. So off she went down to London, and I then followed sort of a few months later, and not even a mouldy, damp, horrible flat, just on the M25, could kill the roaring romance between us. I met Hayley at the age of 27. Now obviously I wasn't short of offers. But I was wondering when Mrs. Wright might turn up, and I thought she was trying to tell me something when on our second date she directed me to a house to pick her up, and she said, "Go down past Tesco's, over the roundabout, first right, traffic lights, right again, next set of lights, right again, you come along another road, right again, and the house is there on the right." And I thought, she could be trying to tell me something. We found the right girl. I'd like to go through two of Hayley's sort of key personality sort of areas where I have to admit she's quite blunt. And I did once make the mistake of asking Hayley if I was the best looking boyfriend she'd ever had. I was joking. But the response came straight back with, "No, Steve, the last boyfriend I had was a model." I should have quickly returned with, "You mean a miniature thing? You mean a miniature of the real thing, don't you?" I didn't. I was a bit shocked. Hayley's also quite clumsy. I once got a text from her saying, "Don't worry, but I'm on the way to the hospital, just electrocuting myself with a Hoover." Now, obviously, I was very worried about this, because if she'd have just started the Hoovering, obviously, well, you know, it's alright, they fixed her up and I got her a new Hoover. So. And only the other day, Hayley was going to see a friend, Nicola, down in London, and crashed into a bed knob. Great big bruise on her leg, still there. Just show you later. That's just how she is. Everything, she's just very clumsy. But seriously, there's so many things I love about Hayley. I love the way we laugh together. I love the way, you know, we can never stay mad with each other. I love the way she always takes care of me, and I try and do the same for her. I love the child in her as she loves the child in me. And I couldn't feel any luckier or happier. I feel so proud that I can call her my wife today. I know, Hayley, I'll never stop loving you, and I hope you'll always be happy with me. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a disco later. Kurt's come back. You know, you're going to see some great moves. Good news is, I've done half the playlist. Bad news is, Hayley's done the other half. So, you know, when you can look forward to the likes of Bowie, Queen, Guns N' Roses, the Four Tops, you'll also have to put up with S Club Juniors. Andrew Zala, Burke. Whoever. The Spice Girls. Right, so it brings me on to my thank yous. I'd like to thank both mums, my mum, Chris, and also Hayley's mum, Chris. And if you'd like to even do the flowers, please. Flowers, please. Pop over. There we go. Obviously, I'd like to thank them for all the help and support they've for the days, but also mums just for, you know, the support they've given us throughout our lives, really. Is the wrong flowers? Help also from the dads, can't forget the dads, Keith, Hayley's dad, and my dad, Philip. And I think you can help me with this. All alcohol related for the dads.
Should I say something?
Also like to thank Hayley's nana, Rose. Obviously, it's great that she's made it here today, and she had a big part in Hayley growing up. She was always looking after Hayley as a young girl. She's been a big part of her life. Just wait for my glamorous assistant. Bridesmaids next year. So I'd like to thank Jess, Gemma, and Natalia, if you'd like to come up and receive your gifts.
Thank you very much. Oh, right.
Jess?
Oh, go on, let's get
I'd also like to thank the Flower Girls, Mara and Georgia. Yeah, back. Mara's disappeared.
Oh.
Speak up to Right, I'd also like to thank Michelle and Gareth for the photography. You've done a great job today. Amara.
What do you say?
Michelle. Francis for the wonderful. Francis is actually my old French, German, and music teacher. Today we were lucky enough to have her play the piano for us. So, if you'd like to come on, Francis. Pat for doing the video. Alex and Sally for doing the readings. Carl for driving the car today, the bridesmaid's car. got a gift for you because you haven't turned up yet. But it's on a plane. It's coming over. Don't worry about it. Hayley and Roy, good friends of mine from Malaysia, that have flown all the way from Singapore to be with us today. So. I'd also like to thank my groomsmen. Shout. You've done a great job bossing people around the tow show. And Sharon. Come on, Sharon.
Come on.
I've also got presents for the best men, but I'm going to leave them just for now. See how the speech goes. And maybe they might get them now. Right, so yes, Hayley didn't want the present, but I thought I couldn't not give her one, so yes, she can sort of drive. Right, which brings me on to my toast. So, I'd like to say our fantastic bridesmaids, Natalia, Gemma, Jess, and Nicola, have looked today. I think Hayley, to be fair, has done herself a bit of, disfavour really, in that she should have done what I did and got my entourage from Crime Watch. So, to Nicola, Jess, Gemma, Tally, Georgia, Amara, to the bridesmaids, here, here. So, I'll hand you over to the chief bridesmaid.